Part 234. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2331. Fang Fan's head got dizzy for a while. The two women just looked at each other without speaking. It seemed that they really smelled angry. What happened to them? Why didn't they talk? Fang Fan boy, why are you silent? Bai Piao looked puzzled, and then said carelessly from the side. Brother Bai Piao, don't talk, watch a show, it's good to be a melon-eating crowd. Gisha quickly pulled Bai Piao aside, and then followed suit. Bai Piao took a careful look, and instantly realized. This Murongyu had some entanglements with Fang Fan before, and this Li Yulai is also like this. Bai Piao immediately looked gloating. Tut tisk tisk, let your kid be proud of the spring breeze on weekdays, but now it's better, the old horse stumbled. Hey, it's better than me, I don't have so many romantic debts, I feel relaxed. Bai Piao was comforting himself at the side. Brother Bai Piao, no one is chasing him. Gisha pricked his heart from the side. The corner of Bai Piao's mouth twitched, and the veins on his forehead popped out. Of course, their communication was limited to a few people, and the relationship between Murongyu and Fang Fan was still relatively secret. Mr. Murong, long time no see. Fang Fan bit the bullet and said hello, trying to break the awkward atmosphere. Yes. It's really been a long time. It's been several days. It is said that not seeing each other every day is like 3 autumns. This is really true. I haven't seen you for a few days. Student Fang Fan even has his wife. Student Fang Fan is really good at it. Student Fang Fan's ability to pick up girls, I don't know who he learned from. Murongyu said several words in a row, always feeling a kind of yin and yang strange feeling. This vinegar jar is completely overturned. Through Murongyu's eyes, Fang Fan could clearly feel the sour feeling. Fang Fan remained motionless as a mountain, and glanced aside. It's up to you, anyway, I don't take this kind of topic. Yo. It turns out that teacher Murong pays so much attention to my husband. Then I will be Master Murong's apprentice at that time. We can communicate more by then. Isn't it, husband? Xiao Li Yulai hugged Fang Fan's arms even tighter, and that provocative look was not a good one. Women are fickle. How gentle was the first time I saw Xiao Li Yulai. It was soft and elegant like water before, but now it has changed. Fickle woman. Terrible. In fact, 2 women can also stage a play. The confrontation with each other seems to be some ordinary sentences, but each sentence is an extremely strong temptation and attack. Let's see who backs down now. From time to time, there will be a wave of allusions to Fang Fan. Fang Fan is caught in the middle, and he is almost turning into a meat bun. Hee. Student Fang Fan really married a good wife. In the future, we will have a good exchange of ideas. Student Fang Fan has done a good job of time management this time. He is well managed. It seems that the daily training tasks are not heavy enough. It's normal that you didn't practice hard enough in the past, but you can't be lazy after entering the academy. No matter how good the time management is, there will always be deviations. Every sentence of Murongyu is crazily alluding to Fang Fan's connotation. Fang Fan can understand it, but just doesn't answer. At this time, Xiao Li Yulai will go directly to the PK, Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2332. The 2 women talked to each other, anyway, they just didn't want to give in to each other. Fang Fan inexplicably felt a headache in the middle. Bai Piao, didn't you just say that you want to rush to the tower of the academy to grab a seat? Go now, if you go late, you may lose your seat. Fang Fan quickly blinked and said, his eyeballs frantically rolling as he spoke. Bai Biao usually looks very clever, but at this moment, a blank expression suddenly appeared on his face, and then he said, I never said, there is no need to worry, I haven't seen enough dramas yet. Go on, keep going. Bai Biao rubbed his hands together, and while talking, the excitement on his face grew more and more. Fang Fan's face gradually darkened. This guy must have done it on purpose. It was clearly a demolition. What the hell are you still in the mood to watch a show? Brother Gisha, you still said that you are going to choose a good mentor, let's go quickly, don't delay. By the way, we have to go to the tower of the academy to perform a wave. Fang Fan looked at Gisha at the side, and was about to take the opportunity to leave this embarrassing place. Gisha opened his mouth, and was about to say something, when he suddenly saw the beautiful eyes of Murongyu and Xiao Liulai glance in his direction, and the vigilance in the eyes was extremely real. That clearly means that if he dares to intervene casually, every minute will make his life miserable. Guisha shrugged helplessly, and then threw a helpless expression at Fang Fan. Fang Fan sighed, all the way forward is blocked, can it still work? This wave after wave is clearly going to continue to do things. Student Fang Fan, why are you leaving in such a hurry? Don't you want to see your instructor? Is the tutor so annoying to you now? Murongyu took advantage of other people's inattention, and then cast a resentful look directly over. Fang Fan shouted that he couldn't take it, it was too difficult. What can he do with this? Husband. I think Teacher Murong is right. We haven't finished talking yet. Let's talk to Teacher Murong together. Seeing Teacher Murong like this, there must be no one who can chat with him on weekdays. We should talk to Teacher Murong more. While talking, Xiao Liulai put in more effort and hugged Fang Fan's arm tightly. Fang Fan now wants to plug his ears and cover his eyes, so that he can see nothing, hear nothing, and worry. Master, it's all started over there, let's hurry to the tower of the academy. We must go to the top of the tower. The top of the tower is the admissions venue for God of War, and the God of War Academy has set up admissions venues on the 8th and 9th floors of the tower of the academy, but the admissions venue on the 8th floor is for a small number of first-level tutors and some second-level tutors. But on the 9th floor of the tower of the academy, there are special level tutors. Many holy level tutors have branded their cards. Let's hurry up and choose a mentor. Yan 11, the sword girl of the Tianlang sword sect, rushed over excitedly and said to Fang Fan. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth raised slightly, and then he heaved a sigh of relief. See people's hearts at critical moments. Still a little apprentice. Fang Fan felt inexplicably tearful, it was really hard for him. Let's go. Let's go now. Don't delay, hold tight. Little Liulai, hurry up. Fang Fan directly pulled Xiao Liulai to go directly to the tower of the school. Anyway, it would be better to end the embarrassing situation in front of him first. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2333. But Xiao Liulai was obviously still unwilling to leave, she felt that there was no winner between herself and Murongyu. This Murongyu tutor clearly fell in love with her husband. She must dispel the unrealistic idea of this Murong language instructor. Seeing that he couldn't pull it, Fang Fan turned his arms around and hugged Xiao Liulai, and then strode towards the tower of the academy with Xiao Liulai in his arms. These two women are obviously incompatible. If they get together, something will definitely happen. Fang Fan rubbed his swollen and painful head, inexplicably feeling deeply moved. It is really too difficult. Murongyu watched Fang Fan and Xiao Liulai embrace and leave. Yin Fang clenched her teeth tightly, her beautiful eyes shone with a different kind of light. It's fine to find a woman behind my back, but you still have to show affection in front of me. Fang Fan. Heh. I will make sure you don't make it easier next time. Murong Yu secretly made up his mind, but suddenly felt powerless. Fang Fan's fighting power in some aspects is really too strong, she is no match at all. Thinking of this in his heart at this moment, Murong Yu suddenly felt a sense of powerlessness. The current situation is gradually unfolding in front of his eyes, and everything is floating in front of his eyes. Why are you pulling me away in such a hurry? Are you too tricky? She's looking at you in the wrong way. You are a scumbag. Xiao Liyulai tilted her head and stared at Fang Fan like this. Her chattering appearance was really cute, but now Fang Fan really can't appreciate it. So jealous. Cough. Xiao Liyulai, I'm going to criticize you now. Don't you know when and what you do? Now we are all focused on choosing a mentor, don't say that some of these are not. I will go to the tower of the school later, and everything will be under my command. Fang Fan said solemnly. In fact, Fang Fan can use the control power of the female slave system to directly control and drive Xiao Liyulai and Mo Rong, but Fang Fan is unwilling to do so. If he really does, it will appear too purposeful. The point. Brother Fang Fan, have you figured out which mentor you want to join? Should you all want to join the God of War Academy? Or the Academy of Priests? Gui Sha glanced around, and then followed suit. The God of War Academy. Fang Fan nodded silently and said directly. There may have been some hesitation before, but now it is basically confirmed. In fact, some clues can be seen in the distribution of the tower of the school. Although the status of the Priest Academy in the Guangming Academy is also extraordinary, after all, it is a place to train professional priests for the major temples. Some popes and saints of third-class and second-class temples of the Alliance of Light. But in terms of the distribution of the tower of the Academy, the Priest Academy occupies the 6th and 7th floors. The 8th and 9th floors, the highest, were requisitioned by the God of War Academy. As for the 1st to 5th floors, they were naturally requisitioned by the Refining Academy and the Research Academy. The higher the level occupied in the tower of the Academy, the confidence and heritage of the Academy are revealed to a certain extent. It can be seen from these aspects that the God of War Academy is undoubtedly the leader among the 4 colleges of Guangming Academy. As for whether to enter the 8th floor of the tower of the school or the 9th floor of the tower of the school, it is also particular. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2334. Although the 8th and 9th floors of the Tower of Learning are occupied by the God of War Academy, the tutors on the 8th floor are obviously ordinary tutors from the God of War Academy. A small number of first-level tutors and all second-level tutors gather here, and basically no tutors in the Holy State can be seen, and there are no special-level tutors. And the 9th floor of the tower of the school is the most important thing. There will be most of the first-level tutors and all the special-level tutors of the God of War Academy. At that time, there will be no one in the world of Saint Venerable teachers, so you can choose them at will. Of course, the premise is to gain a firm foothold on the 9th floor of the Tower of Learning. Everyone knows this rule, so they will naturally think of rushing towards the 9th floor of the Tower of the Academy. I also entered the God of War Academy. Xiao Liyulai looked at Fang Fan, completely in the state of a husband and wife. I'll be with my master. Yan 11 also nodded and said. Wherever my sister goes, I will go. Jian Zilang Tianya of the Tianlang sword sect's Tianjian faction shrugged, and then followed suit. I follow the Lord. Na Yan silently nodded and said calmly. As for the heroes and legion soldiers behind Fang Fan, they will naturally follow Fang Fan in an all-round way. Brother Bai Biao, what about you? I remember you said before that you wanted to go to the research institute to pick up girls. Guisha raised his eyebrows, and said very strangely. In Guisha's view, Bai Biao is definitely the weirdest one among them. Even if Fang Fan is extremely mysterious, there are still traces to follow, at least he is still developing according to the normal state. But this brother Bai Biao is really nowhere to be found. You don't know what he will do next. In the eyes of this brother Bai Biao, he doesn't seem to care about choosing a mentor. They all seem to be indifferent. This wave after wave is really too weird. Cough. I did have this idea at first, but as for now, anyway, the reputation has already been established, so it doesn't matter where you go. From this point of view, I think there should be more high-quality girls from the God of War Academy. After all, the God of War Academy will have the largest number of people and the largest scale. Besides, you all went to the God of War Academy. If I don't go, don't you seem a bit out of place? Bai Biao analyzed deeply, and said firmly while analyzing. Everyone looked at each other, feeling quite speechless. Do you know that you don't fit in? Is this something you should consider? Since they all plan to go to the God of War Academy, then how to choose a mentor, have you finalized it? There are only a few super tutors in the God of War Academy. Gao Song, the Dean of the God of War Academy, also bears the title of a super tutor. It is said that he is already in the peak of the holy state, and he is only one step away from the demigod. He is also the Dean, and the style is there. He came here to win us over. Gisha squinted his eyes, and then analyzed seriously. Being the Dean's apprentice. It seems that the name is quite good, but you have to know that the Dean has too many messes, and it is basically impossible to spare too much time to teach you. And I heard that our Dean Gao Song is quite picky, and it is basically impossible to get any cultivation resources from him. Fang Fan waved his hand and said very realistically. What is the purpose of apprenticeship? On the one hand, it is to find a backer. Another aspect is to find a golden mountain. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2335. You must know that cultivation is very costly, and if you are not careful, you will directly squeeze yourself dry. Without a master who is awesome to cover, then you can only find the cultivation resources by yourself. In this case, there are 3 remaining super tutors in the God of War Academy who will teach the new students. But to be honest, there are actually only 2. Wu Lang and Sima Zhen, the special tutors respectively. Wu Lang's super instructor is a middle-level saint. He has always had a reputation for teaching apprentices. It is said that he has the best temper. As for Sima Zhen's super mentor, he is a high-level saint. Although he is not very good at teaching apprentices, it is said that he has been fighting at the border between the light camp and the dark camp all the year round, so he is also the richest one. Follow him, resources there may be some emphasis on. Gisha groaned, and then followed up, apparently having inquired about the situation before coming. Didn't you say the 3 super mentors? Who else? Fang Fan raised his eyebrows. Why didn't this one introduce him? For it. The 3rd super tutor is called Tai Shuji. As the name suggests, he has always been extremely irritable. Those apprentices under his hands will basically change after 100 years. Being his apprentice is too dangerous. Handling under his hands, you must be prepared to die at any time. Someone has calculated that the death rate of his disciples is as high as 90%. In other words, out of 10 disciples, 9 must die before one can finally achieve that one. Too difficult. That's why this great Uncle G mentor also has a very vivid title called Undead Mentor. Brother Fang Fan, you can choose any mentor, but you must never find this one. Even my Master Blood Venerable will have a headache when he sees this one. Gisha shrank his neck, his face full of horror. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, and the strange look on his face became more and more common. Tai Shuji, this reputation is really domineering. What realm is this? Fang Fan narrowed his eyes and continued to ask. A high-level saint venerable realm. But because of his special physique, it is said that he can display the combat power of the supreme saint realm. It is said that when he was the most awesome, he had sex with a demigod. This is the only high-ranking saint who has provoked a demigod and escaped. How awesome! My master blood venerable is in the supreme saint realm, and in the supreme saint venerable realm, he can be ranked as the number one existence, but he himself said that in his life, except for the demigod powerhouse who can overwhelm him, what he fears the most is this great Uncle G mentor from the God of War Academy of Guangming Academy. Brother Fang Fan, why are you asking so many questions? You won't really move your mind, will you? You must not move with such thoughts. We can't go this way. Brother Fang Fan, listen to my advice. That's a necromancer. If you become his disciple, there is a high probability that you will be cool. Seeing Fang Fan's thoughtful face, Guisha hurriedly said nervously. I haven't thought about it yet, let's take a look. Fang Fan shrugged and said casually. Call. Brother Fang Fan, don't be overthinking. Apart from Dean Gaosong and these three super tutors at the God of War Academy, there are some more core first level tutors. Like the previous Murongyu tutor, it's more core. Instructor Murongyu is also the youngest among all the first level instructors. He has been promoted to the low level saint realm at a young age, and the future is boundless. Then there is Zhaoji, the first level tutor, who is also a female tutor. It is said that she is very gentle and good at teaching apprentices. She is in the middle level holy state. Dongfang Bo's first level tutor, middle level saint status, not bad. Gisha babbled a lot. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2336. Fang Fan pondered for a while, and got a general idea of the situation. This time, God of War Academy sent a total of 40 mentors to recruit students, including Dean Gaosong, 4 special level mentors, 11 first level mentors, and 25 second level mentors. So in general, it is not bad to be able to choose a first level mentor to be your own mentor. Go in and have a look. While talking, Fang Fan led everyone into the tower of the academy. The first floor of the tower of the academy seemed empty, and the space here was also the largest, but at a glance, there were not many people at all. The first to third floors of the tower of the academy are all allocated to the research academy. Unless you are a practitioner who is really interested in studying combat techniques, you will rarely consider this academy. All the way up, the first to the third floor are very empty. On the fourth and fifth floors, the situation will be much better. The fourth and fifth floors are assigned to the refining academy to enroll students. Some students are not interested in cultivation, but they have unique talents for refining elixir and refining weapons. So these students will naturally focus on this place. The sixth and seventh floors of the tower of the academy are allocated to recruit students from the priest academy. At present, the number of people is indeed quite large. There are 100 or 200 people on the sixth and seventh floors. The total number of people on the first floor to the seventh floor is about 500 people. According to the previous statistics, in addition to the 1,000 new students from the inner palace, there are also 1,000 non-staff students who entered the tower of the academy this time. In other words, there were actually 1,500 people on the 8th and 9th floors. It can only be said that the God of War Academy is indeed too popular. These people all focused their attention on the God of War Academy, feeling quite helpless. Brother Gisha, you will soon be able to carry out a full-scale battle as you wish. Fang Fan rubbed his hands, then narrowed his eyes and followed up. Brother Fang Fan, you have 100 people under your command, and in the sanctuary of the fallen world, I can dispatch about 70 or 80 students from the inner palace. The combined number of our two families is almost 200 people. Gisha shrugged, then followed suit. And our Tianlang sword sect Tianlang faction. We also have 50 people here. Master, take us with you. Yan 11, the sword girl of the heavenly sword faction of the Tianlang sword school, blinked and acted cute to Fang Fan, and then said coquettishly. Don't worry, I can't lose you. In this way, there are almost 250 people on our side. In this way, there are only about 1,200 people who need to compete. According to the previously specified rules, only 500 people can be left on each floor. If our 250 people can occupy all of the 9th floor, the quota is enough. It's just that we need to thoroughly negotiate with the major forces. Fallout. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, raised the corners of his mouth slightly, and suddenly felt a sense of excitement. Seeing that he was about to start working soon, this feeling seemed different. It's a pity you can't use weapons. The Deputy Palace Lord issued a strict order that anyone who uses weapons in the tower of the school will have his cultivation level abolished and he will be expelled from the school. Gisha sighed with emotion, feeling rather pity. Hee, our Deputy Palace Master is just too conservative. But it's about to come. Relying on a pair of fists, it's not too much. Fang Fan shrugged his shoulders, seeming to be at ease with the situation. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2337. Everyone then stepped into the 8th floor of the Tower of the Academy. The scene on the 8th floor is quite strange. Students wailing everywhere. These students all wanted to compete for the position on the 9th floor, but because they were not strong enough, they were knocked down. This is probably the case. The space inside the tower of the school is smaller than the 1st floor, and the 8th floor finally feels a little popular. Want to stay on the 8th floor? Hee, I'm afraid you can't do it just because of you. There is still fighting on the 9th floor, and there will definitely be a lot of people who will be wiped down by then. I think you should go down earlier. Not even in the sanctuary realm, I really don't know how I got the quota for the inner palace students. Roll. Get out of here. Don't want to go. Tisk tisk tisk, it's not impossible, seeing how pretty you look, if you follow me, hee. There were bursts of wretched laughter not far away. Entering here is basically experiencing a small society. If you don't pay attention to all aspects, you may be thrown out directly. Huangfu Sui looked at the crowd of people surrounding him, with a bitter look on his face. Relying on Fang Fan's protection, they obtained 3,000 school tokens from Genji Shenzong, and finally succeeded in obtaining more than a dozen places for students from the inner school. I originally thought that I would join the God of War Academy, and then practice in the God of War Academy, continue to improve my cultivation, and when I graduate and return to the Qingtian Sanctuary, I can also strengthen the Genji Divine Sect. But just when I had hope, I was rejected. The surrounding area is full of sanctuary realm existences, and the dozen or so practitioners of the One God sect are not opponents at all. Can we only go to the other 3 colleges? The Priest Academy has too high requirements for religious aptitude, and you can't stay in it without a background. As for the Refining Academy, let alone, we don't have the talent to become alchemists and weapon refiners at all. Could it be that our ending can only go to the Research Institute, eat and wait to die? In the end, we can't even graduate successfully. It turns out, so we are so weak. I have relied on Director Fang Fan all the way, now that Director Fang Fan is gone, we are so humble. Huangfu Shui gave a wry smile, and the expression on his face gradually became disappointed. If only, it would be great if Director Fang Fan could appear. Huangfu Sui thought this in her heart, then raised her head and glanced around. Suddenly, her eyes widened, her body trembled unnaturally, and she saw a familiar figure. That figure looks so tall and majestic, which can give people a sense of security. Huangfu Shui opened her mouth slightly, wanting to scream, but finally shut up. The deal between them is over. Director Fang Fan has done his utmost to Genji Shenzong. Now go ask someone for help. Why? Why do people want to help you? Huang Fuxiu sighed slightly, her eyes gradually became lowered, and in her mind, her feelings gradually became depressed. His Royal Highness, it's Director Fang Fan. If we can get him to help, we will be saved, Her Royal Highness. The Genji Shenzong practitioner who was standing aside reminded Huangfu Sui with joy after seeing Fang Fan. This is their last chance. They really don't want to be eliminated. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2338. No. Let's go downstairs. This is not where we should stay. Perhaps we have set ourselves too high from the beginning, and that's why we have become like this. Fu Shui, the goddess of Genji Shenzong, sighed slightly, then shook her head resolutely and said, "Go downstairs. Your Highness Goddess, isn't this a pity? It's not easy for us to get to this point. We have seen Director Fang Fan's fighting power before. If we can get him to help protect us, we will definitely be able to go to the next level." The practitioners of Genji Shenzong were obviously still a little unwilling, and while talking at this moment, their eyes became more and more excited. But what qualifications do we have to go to Director Fang Fan to protect us? Before entering the outer assessment of the Guangming Mountains, we still had at least 500 million low-grade star cores to pay to Director Fang Fan as related expenses, but now we have nothing. Director Fang Fan distributed us 3,000 school tokens from the Genji Shenzong later, which is already the best of benevolence. Is it possible that we will continue to ask for more? Let's go, this is our destiny. While talking, Huangfu Sui walked towards the entrance, ready to leave. But she thought so, and some people were unwilling to let her leave. Want to leave? He, you disturbed my interest, and you want to leave without saying a word. Where is such a good thing? It's impossible to leave. Just stay here obediently. Who dares to move? It's such a pity that such a beautiful little lady just left like this. Follow this young master. This young master is the son of the owner of the Wei Pavilion. Let me tell you, this young master will inherit the position of the owner of the Wei Pavilion in the future. Wei Pavilion, you should know, right? Sky Business is a first-class force. Tisk tisk tisk, I will guarantee that you will be popular and spicy in the future. From now on in the school, you will serve me. As long as I serve you comfortably, the benefits will be endless. In front of Huangfu Sui, a young man with a pot-belly stood there, talking. His plump body couldn't stop shaking violently, his eyes were filled with endless greed and desire. It looks disgusting. In fact, Fang Fan had a clear view of the situation over there, but he really didn't intend to meddle in his own business at first. Genji Shenzong has his own way to go, and if he blindly helps them, he will only sink into being protected and cannot extricate themselves. It's just that this pot-bellied young man is really disgusting. Fang Fan strode over and stood in front of Huangfu Sui indifferently. Director Fang Fan. You. Huangfu Sui's body trembled slightly, her eyes shone with a different kind of light. While she was talking at this moment, she put her hands together in front of her, the excitement in her heart was vividly displayed. She didn't expect that Fang Fan would really come over, and he looked like he was protecting him. For some reason, Huangfu Sui inexplicably felt a sense of security when he saw Fang Fan's stalwart body. Seeing Fang Fan, he seemed to have a backbone. Why would he help me? After communicating in the examination field, he is not a person who likes to meddle in other people's business. Could it be, is it because of me? Huangfu Sui, I couldn't help but start thinking wildly. Sometimes these cranky thoughts are just so sweet. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2339. Some things just seem so obsessed, as if you are completely stuck in it. The whole person was fluttering, feeling deeply. It's probably that feeling that will completely devour a person's mind. Since I met director Fang Fan, it seems that he has never lacked women around him. When I was in the ruins of the gods, that Queen Natasha, and a saint of the Tianhu clan. Afterwards, on the way to Guangming Academy, it seems that I have some unclear relationship with that Murong tutor. Now there is another Liulai fairy on him. By the way, there is also Yan 11, the sword girl of the Tianlang sword section in name. She has a master-student relationship, but there is always something wrong. If you look at it from this angle, he is a scumbag who has a natural interest in women. From this point of view, he also took a fancy to me. Greedy my body. Huangfu Sui, I thought this way in his heart, he didn't know why, but it felt very exciting. I even felt my whole body trembling with excitement. Why do I have these messed up thoughts? No. It's not me. How can I think so? I'm not. I cannot. If director Fang Fan insists, if he insists on doing this, I will naturally agree. What a shame. Huangfu Sui, I felt dizzy at this moment. While talking, her lips could not help shaking up and down, and all kinds of thoughts and ideas in her heart completely collapsed. Fang Fan looked at Huangfu Sui's eyes gradually turning rosy complexion, and felt a little stunned, but he didn't think much about it, and then he said, I want to. I do. I can. Anything is fine. Before Fang Fan finished speaking, Huangfu Sui finished the rest of the sentence directly. Fang Fan. What do you want? Guarantee that you successfully enter the 9th floor, select mentors in the 9th floor, and discount 1 billion low-grade star cores. It's still the old rule. Fang Fan curled his lips, expressing his wishes directly. The price is already very reasonable. However, it would be great to be able to engage in a wave of external water. Ah. Yes, that's right. Huangfu Sui woke up in an instant. A look of disappointment gradually appeared on his face at this moment, and the blood color on his blushing face gradually faded away. What conditions do you think I will propose? You seem very disappointed. What? Don't want to? Let's forget it? Fang Fan shrugged his shoulders. He never pushes others to make things difficult. No. I am naturally willing, and the price is not expensive. It's just that I don't have a star core. I used the internal treasury of Genji Shenzone to collect the 500 million star cores before I left. Can I get credit? I will pay it back in the future. I'll be your cow and horse, you can do whatever you want. While talking, Huangfu Sui couldn't help showing a look of anticipation on his face. In fact, her intention was very simple, but as she spoke, her words gradually changed, and her eyeballs became slippery. Credit. Fang Fan has a strong desire to complain. But it's better than nothing. Fang Fan nodded silently, and just took it along. Hello. Have you finished? You bastard. Pretending to be in front of this young master? What kind of things are you guys? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2340. The young man with the pot-belly roared, and the proud expression on his face became more and more. Especially seeing how familiar Fang Fan and Huangfu Sui were, he immediately felt even more annoyed. Immediately, there were bursts of crazy roars, and he rushed over excitedly. That gesture is particularly true. Didn't you hear what I said? Damn it! You can pretend. Do you know who I am? This young master will abolish you today. What a big-tailed wolf! Zhou Kui, the son of the master of the Wei Pavilion, who is an ordinary first-rank power in the sanctuary of the sky, roared, and then stretched out his hand, as if he wanted to attack Fang Fan. Snapped. A resounding slap sounded, and everyone's eyes focused on it. The expressions on their faces gradually changed, and the scene seemed a bit weird. Just now, Fang Fan slapped Zhou Kui, the son of the Wei Pavilion master, who is an ordinary first-rank power in the sanctuary of the Vault of Heaven, and slapped him tens of meters away. The gap in combat power between the two is clearly displayed. To some extent, this is indeed incomparable, the gap is really too big. Damn it! Asshole! You dare to hit me? Go! Give it to me! Abolish him! Break his 5 legs for me! I can't believe it! Where did the bastard come from? Go! Go! Kill him! Zhou Kui, the son of the master of the Wei Pavilion, who is an ordinary first-rank power in the sanctuary of the sky, blushed and then roared. Cough, young Master Zhou, or else, forget it. We can't afford to offend. Forget it, forget it. At this moment, a student standing next to Zhou Kui, the son of the Wei Pavilion master, who is an ordinary first-rank power in the sanctuary of the firmament, quickly followed suit. Grass. Can't afford to offend. Is there anyone else who can't afford to offend? What status and status do you not count? Don't you know the influence of my Wei Pavilion? I'll let you go. What nonsense! I can tell you, you are given the opportunity to perform. If you don't seize it, don't blame the young master for messing with you in the future. Zhou Kui, the son of the master of the Wei Pavilion, who is an ordinary first-rank power in the sanctuary of the sky, gritted his teeth, full of hatred. While talking at the moment, his expression became more and more ferocious. Young Master Zhou, you can do it yourself if you want, we don't want to court death anyway. The one who slapped you just now is called Fang Fan. The person standing on Fang Fan's right is a person from the fallen sanctuary. The one standing on Fang Fan's left is a member of the Tianlang Sword Sect, a top-ranking first-rank force. Go. Do it. I heard that the palace of Fan Hai, a top official and first-rank force, died in the hands of this Fang Fan. By the way, the dead palace of Fan Hai is said to be a 4-star sanctuary and awakened the blood of a demigod, but he died in the end. The students on the side were talking, and then followed up with a reminder. Anyway, I showed my attitude, if I still want to die, I will die. Fang Fan. Hiss. Why didn't you remind me earlier? Zhou Kui, the son of the master of the Wei Pavilion, who is an ordinary first-rank power in the sanctuary of the sky, turned dark, and then quickly stepped back a few steps, with a look of horror on his face. He didn't notice Fang Fan's performance in the Swifu Square before, so he didn't know Fang Fan, but he still knew the name Fang Fan like a thunderbolt. Ranked first in the school token rankings, overwhelming countless arrogance.